Yeah, I really don't want people approaching me sexually all the time. I mean, I think that there's been a sort of misunderstanding about that. It's partially misunderstanding. It's partially misogyny. The idea that a guy can pretty much do whatever he wants, really much more than a woman can actually do a lot more sexually, be a lot more abusive to people sexually, without encountering really any sort of criticism. Whereas a woman, all she really has to do is be identified by, a guy or the establishment in one way or another as being someone whom it's all right to treat badly, and then she is a continual victim of sexual harassment. I mean, the idea that it's all right to treat anyone this way is part of sexual harassment. So when people are trying to say, oh no, it's not sexual harassment, it makes it even more sexual harassment, sort of depending on what's going on, right? I don't think I'm particularly unreasonable. But you can see from something like these search results that it really is war. It really is war. I mean, look at this. Look at that. CS micro Garter 114.99. It's just, I mean, it's about coercion. I don't agree with people who say that sexual crimes have nothing to do with sex. I think they do have something to do with sex. There are people, various schools of thought, people will try to say something like sexual crimes are only about power, they're not about sex. Well, they're about sex and power together. That's the thing. It's power expressed through sexual coercion, which, is so personal and is also so relevant to people's lives kind of all the time in all ways, always present in society, that it can really be extremely damaging, very intimidating to people, causes a lot of pain, certainly a lot of psychological pain. Yeah, but you can see from this. You can see from that it really is war. There's this sort of discussion, sort of things that are set up to kind of denigrate the idea that sexual harassment exists at all. The idea that there's something wrong with it. Look at this, right? It's really right. I don't want people approaching me all the time. It's kind of where I was going when I was starting to talk about this. I don't want people, making sexual gestures to me, immediately just running right up to me and talking about sex, talking about my vagina, making references, gestures, references, displays in stores, following me with cars, trucks, especially the ones, all of this talking is bad. But then there's also just sort of the definition of me. I have been defined by the conglomerate as being someone that it's okay to treat that way. It's not okay to treat anyone that way. It is not okay. It is not okay to treat anyone that way. It is not, right? Regardless of what you think of the person, regardless of what you think of the person, it is not okay. It is not okay. And I've been saying that from the very beginning, right? And people treating it like it doesn't matter. Trying to say, well, you're oversensitive, or you deserve it and you don't realize it. All of that is also part of sexual harassment. It is part of the harassing behavior.